Hello everyone, this is Shamsi and welcome to part 4 of the video guides on getting started in Dual Universe. Today we're going to be going from a fresh arrival on our plot of land in Alioth to the point where we're able to start our snowball into having a large personal industry setup from which we're able to build any item we want in the game. So let's get straight to the live stream video. Don't get excited, I'm in incognito mode simply not to be logged into anything. As you can see from my bookmarks here, I am a writer. So dual.sh, crafting calculator, and then up here we're going to add the item we want to craft. We want to craft a static core, and then we extend the drop down menus here. We select our size. Now we're going to hit small static core rather than extra small because it's as easy to make it small as it is an extra small, and we get a lot more room, basically double the room. But in order to be able to place that, we need some skills in architect, core upgrades. This skill here increases the maximum number of cores you can place, so we don't want that. We want this skill here, which increases the size of static core that we are able to place. So we want that in there. We do want this at some point, so we are going to queue it, but we're going to let it organically train over time as there is no hurry. And we're going to go for small core here and also small core for our dynamic constructs, which is our ships. So we're going to leave the talent queue alone for the moment and go back to dual.sh. Now dual.sh is telling us that we need 325 bauxite, which turns into aluminium, 130 hematite, which turns into iron, 195 coal, and 130 quartz. Coal turns into carbon, quartz turns into silicon. Now I could go and find a node to mine all of this, but it is much quicker for now to mine it off of the ground. So I'm going to take out my mining tool, which is number 1, and start picking up these tier 1 ores off the ground. The other benefit of doing it this way, so this is a tier 2 ore called limestone, I believe. You'll learn to see how the rocks look over time. One of the main benefits of doing it this way rather than mining normally, the server does lag from time to time, you'll have to simply bear with it, is we can control exactly how much of each ore that we have. One of the main limiting factors of the starting process of the game for any player is storage space. And so that's the first thing we're going to invest in with money. We're going to buy the cheapest, closest container medium that we can find. Although they are very expensive. How much are the smalls? Much less expensive. So what we're going to do is the server is having lag issues. We have to bear with it. What we're going to do is we're going to start our static core crafting, put it down. While that's happening, fill our inventory with minerals here off of the ground, with metals and core. We are not going to build our own extra small storage containers. We're going to just buy some smalls, and we're going to start the process of building our industry buildings. So for instance, to give you some idea, if I wanted to build 3 extra small containers which have the same storage space as that's 3/4 of a small container, it would take us, I think, roughly 3 hours. So we're not going to do that. How did Microsoft Edge get in my taskbar? There we go. We're just going to keep mining off of the ground. Now let's have a snapshot of where we are. We have 160 quartz. We have enough quartz. We have 40 coal, we need more. We have 140 hematite, so that's enough hematite. We need double this amount of bauxite and about 150 more coal. Coal looks like a little black rock with blue lights on it, like this. It's difficult to see here because it's night. The game does have, live-ish day-night cycles. So again, what I'm doing is maintaining some weight for crafting of materials, and then using the rest of my weight to collect ores to sell, so that I can be both producing my own industry units and at the same time making money with which to buy other industry units. So for instance, I'm planning tonight to make my own extra small and small assembler, or at least put them in the queue to be produced, while buying the containers I need to start mining efficiently. Now again, without a mining ship, we are reliant on the containers on our base to be mined too. So we need to be within inventory management, container proficiency. We are going to train this talent, yes, so that we can start work on primary container link augmentation. In fact, we can dump the rest of our points into, well, this only takes 30 minutes, so I'll wait for that. And then dump the rest of our points into our container link, so that that trains faster, and we have a 500-meter range from our containers to be able to dig. So remember, if we're heading down into the ground, that also puts distance between us, so it's not just on a flat plane. So the more distance we're able to travel away from our container, the more we can mine to those containers. Apparently, Nvidia's entire stock of 3080 sold out within minutes, which tells me people had scripts and bots ready to spam buy orders. So again, this isn't difficult, nice and relaxing, very slowly pick up ore off the ground to sell at market. At the same time, use some of that ore that you're picking up off the ground to build industry units, so that at the same time you are making your own things and bringing in the currency needed to buy other things. If you wanted to make everything yourself from scratch, you are talking about, I don't know, about 30 hours, I would say, of crafting time in your nano crafter to get to the point from which you're able to use industry units to do the crafting for you on top of your nano crafter, and then at that point you're able to build whatever you want very quickly. So as I said, when I needed something like 25 industry units for my warp fuel factory that I'm going to put together on stream probably tomorrow, I was able to just make the components and then make the buildings, have the components produced into the inbox of the assemblers. 2 is enough for our purposes for now, and it would allow us to buy more industry units. So let's start with metalworks. So just to be clear what our goal is, we want to have 4 refiners so that we can put all 4 of the base tier 1 ores into a container, and have ingots being produced by each of those 4 refiners, so 1 for iron, 1 for coal, one for aluminium, one for silicon. Then we want 3 smelters to take those ingots and turn them into aliphay, which the electronics needs, silicon, and steel. And then we want metalwork to turn those products, 3 of them, or more, as many. I have 8 of them in my setup, but I think 4 will do. So 1 to make screws, 1 to make pipes, basically pipes from silicon, and 1 to make, so 2 to make hydraulics, and then 1 of the hydraulics could stop for a moment to make, say, a metal frame, although we can make most of the frames we need in our nano pack. So just so you know, say if we need a reinforced frame for something, we can make up to medium size in our nano pack, and industry buildings normally need medium-sized items. That gave us our static core. When you're placing a building, if I'm looking at it this way, even though this is a nice flat piece of ground, half of it is currently in the ground. So what you want to do is hit page up to bring it up out of the ground. This will do. Go close to it. And then this was star. And when we place the core, we enter build mode. If we now exit build mode, we'll be too low down to the ground to access build mode by looking at this item and pressing B. So we're just going to use the honeycomb here, a little red one, make it a big red one so it's nice and visible. We're going to hit page down, we're going to hit down, could be any of them for movement. We're going to place this right down against the ground. Remember, using up, down, left, right, page up, page down, you can float things anywhere you want in the game. And so now if we exit build mode, we don't need to jump up there to enter build mode. We can enter build mode by looking at these voxels and pressing B. So we don't have to mark it. So K to bring up nanocrafter, check only doable, pure aluminium. Now, aluminium ingots don't have bought buy orders at markets. Only the bauxite does. So you don't want to make more than you have to. So we have the quantities that we want selected. We have what we want selected here, and it'll tell us what to make in what order. Remember, this is dual.sh. So we need 180 liters of 225 liters of aluminium. Hydrogen we don't need. Carbon pure, we need 90 liters. Iron pure, we need 180 liters. And silicon pure, we need 90 liters. That's 2 crafts. So remember, always keep the ingots at the top, then the alloys, then the product, then the components, and then the finished product. So next come the alloys. It's steel. We need 75. Now I'm going to uncheck craftable only because we currently don't have the resources to make steel. It's being made here. So go right to the bottom, heavy metals. So I'm hitting X 3 times to see my trajectory. I can see that I'm landing here. I don't want to, so I start pumping my brakes. I now kill my engines entirely, slam on the brakes, I start to fall, my hover engines take over, and then with my control key pressed, I hold down C here. Yes, very low, but there is here one for 33. Sell from that order, and let me sell all of it. That's some good money in there. Then malachite, 20, it'll do. I'm 180 of them. Not great. Let's see, market container. What else do I have to sell? Quartz. Quite a lot of it. Hopefully there's a buy order here that's reasonable. Oh, wow. So not reasonable. But I need the money now, which is what this person here, I guess, is counting on. Another 5,000 in. What else do I have to sell? Coal. Anything here? Yeah. And at a reasonable price. Right, what else is there here? Market containers. I have bauxite and hematite to sell. Sort by distance. There are no buy orders here, which is a shame, but we'll just keep the first chapter of our little story here. Out of necessity, we're going to be floating some of these out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to hold, I'll do it with the next one and show you how to move things more quickly than what I'm doing here, which is spamming the left, right, up, down, page up, page down buttons. So this is at the corner. And then for the next one, I'm going to hold down the T key to lock it to its plane. And now when I move it there and I tap the left, right, up, down, page up, page up, page down keys, it locks it into place. Now if I hold T and scroll my mouse wheel up, I can scroll it. And there we go. Those are our first two containers. We're going to right click and declare the bottom one. And here, go into recipes, small reinforced frame, apply, make one start, and then over here, recipes, power system basic. We wanted 6 of them, so make 6. Now currently, it's not going to be able to because it's missing input ingredients. If I go on the container, I see, oh, actually I made a mistake here, stop. In order to reduce server load on their end, on NovaCorp's end, what they've done is they've taken every recipe, like a power system, that is really quick to produce, and tripled its quantity and time. So they're not getting constantly spammed with industry units saying, I've made this, I've made this. They've had it so that it's now. If I mine right now with this tool, I'll make a really cramped, horrible tunnel like this. So I'm gonna take my dig tool out again on the widest setting and just go straight for a little while. And then take my detector tool out again just to make sure I'm still on course. It's annoying, but until you've got skills in increasing the circle of your mining tool, and that skill increases both the scanner and the detector's circle cylinder size. But for now, we can just swap tools, and what I'm going to do is fill the entirety of my nano pack and some of my linked our extra small assembler. Press Ctrl I, so we're in the right inventory to build from our nano pack, and then probably knock it up here, out of the way, link it up. Now extra small assemblers are very useful even late into the game because they're used to make container hubs, and they're also used to make something else useful. Let me double check here, I forgot. Control units, which are remote controls for your groundcraft. That means you can say have a land speeder and have your scanner tool out as well and speed across the ground looking for ore. And there's some more iron that we found. So we are going to take building on my little plot. I'm making a big black pyramid called the Pyramid of Nagash, based on Warhammer, and then killing our engines completely. So that is a large organization selling, using that to, mining ore with that ship. So I was looking for hematite. Yeah, there were good buy orders and good quantities here. There we go. Oh, wait, no, I was doing this backwards. $11.97. Cool. That's another industry building. Let me see. What should we get next? How much are refiners? $40,000. That's quite significant. We'll need 4 of them. So that's 4 trips back and forth to get them. What about smelters? 30,000. So that's not as bad. I think what I'm going to do is continue with my plan of smelting ore and ingots myself, and then getting metalworks and electronics factories. How much were the metalwork? We already have 2 of them, so getting more isn't going to be that useful for now. And electronics were 40,000, weren't they? No. Oh yes, that was. Oof, 45,000. Someone came and bought those. So I am gonna mine only what I need, and I'm gonna bookmark this place for. Oops, I mined more than what I need for bauxite when I need more of it. Oh, my screen reader might read that. No, they won't. Create bookmark. Bauxite. Okay. There we go, 450 liters. And then we fill the rest of our nanopack with as much as we can carry. How long will that take to craft? 4 minutes. So we'll be okay. It might just be that we can't claim the iron ingots. Pure iron. Get my trajectory view going. Reduce altitude. Start pumping my brakes. Slam on the brakes. Cut the engines. And I'm under hover control. And out to go. Oh, please work. Hello again, everyone. We're going to continue the repetitive but simple process of continuing to mine ore in our plot here, ferrying it to sell at market, and while they're buying the next industry item that we need. In this way, in about 3.5 hours, I was able to get about 90% of the way there on the live stream. But tune in next time for the last installment of the Snowball Guide, in which we go through the build guide for the Snowball factory and its setup. From that point, you should hopefully be able to grow to build anything else that you would like to in the game. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, do please consider liking and subscribing, or following me on Twitch. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.